surprised, can't find no parking. City of the bright lights is different after dark here. Take you to Container Park, maybe we can start there. Love for a city, I could swear I found my heart in. Raised in the desert, so the park was like the beach. Lorenzi on Sunday, grandma barbecued on weekends. Shopping in the Rancho was just a swap meet kid. I feel Vegas when I pass by the Allegiant. Section 8, baby, but we still live decent. When we talk about the 7, they don't even know the meaning. Pissing prostitutes like birds and the bees here. Creeping down Owens, you might see a couple fiends near. It ain't always what it seems here. But you could wake up in a dream here, or you could wake up in your dreams dead. Las Vegas Boulevard, I turn a broke man to rich. I slide down Las Vegas Boulevard too.
Yo, this is what we slide down Las Vegas Boulevard too. Hey, I'm your host, The Vague. I'm in the building. And I also have my man D in the building. I'm gonna put these headphones on just so I could hear him. But I'm here, man. I'm The Vague. You know, we right on the show, and we're gonna talk about gambling today. People that come into Las Vegas, locals, tourists, and everybody that's been a part of this. That was my man in the beginning. That's 2K Vegas. Y'all check that out on every platform, Las Vegas Boulevard. And listen, we here to give you the truth from the streets. We've been there, we've done it, we natives, and this is how we do it. Dion, what's up?
What's popping? What's popping?
Oh man, everything's good. Everything's good. So we gonna get into everybody that come to Vegas, or anybody that go down to the Strip or downtown. The first thing they're thinking about is jackpot. They thinking about hitting that jackpot. They want to flip that. They want to flip it so fast. I mean, it's like they could taste it, but that taste, you know, it never really. It's never the flavor you want. You know, that flavor could be real sour to you. You know, I can tell you some stories from my own personal experience, and then I can tell you some things that I've seen for myself. So I'm gonna just kind of give y'all a little insight. We're gonna show y'all just a little bit of this desert, you know what I mean, that turned into a city. Yeah, this is Las Vegas. Everybody want to come here and win.
But be careful, y'all. Be careful.
That's right. Be careful. So here's the situation. You come out here, and let's say you win for the first time. Guess what that does? That's going to take you right back to the casino and think that you could win more. Like they say, that's in Vegas, like the natives, that's the worst thing that you could do. The worst thing that you could do is win. Because once you win, you're going to always think you can win. And so that money that you won, you're probably going to put that back 10 times. And it's been done. And you could ask the people that's out there on the streets, them homeless people that really wasn't homeless once before, that got homeless and humbled from gambling. Dion, what you know about that?
Well, I can say that when I first got here, I was a little bit. I mean, I always rolled dice. Dice was my game. You know, craps was my game. And when I got here, I was uneducated about the plays, uneducated about what to put my money on. But you know, when I first got here, I think the first 2 or 3 months I was here, I hit for like 7,000. I never hit for that much money in one time. So yeah, I was right back at the crap table with that last little thousand trying to hit it again.
Absolutely, and it's a catch. It's a catch-22.
But you got to understand that Vegas was built off of our winnings, and a lot. It's a shame that
wait.
A lot of that
not off our winnings. Vegas was built off of our losing.
Yeah, we're off our losing, basically. Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, off our losing. So it's a shame that a lot of that money that has over the time been here hasn't went towards the education, towards the kids, you know. But it is, you got to know, you got to understand, Vegas back then was all mafia. You know, it was like mafia families, and it was gangsters and mobsters back then. Even to this day, I know for a fact a lot of them still own some of their
So
land, some of
so
these
so check this
casinos.
out, Dion. Just so we can let the people know a little bit about where you come from and what your stock is. I heard that your grandpa was part of the mob or he dealt with the mob. So I can't tell the story the way you can.
Well, my great grandfather was named a matador back in the '60s and '70s. My grandfather had the best hairstyle uh, barbershop on the west side at the time. His name was Edward Earl Cage Sr. Everybody knew him as the Matador. He was best friends with Sonny Liston at the time. I mean, I had stories. I heard stories about him. I've seen pictures and things like that of him and Sammy Davis Jr., him and Wayne Newton, a lot of people back in the '60s and '70s that, you know, were in the limelight in those days, back had those, those what they call residencies now when people were back home. He was with a lot of celebrities, Aretha Franklin, you name it. Diana Ross, Michael Jackson. He with pictures with them back in Las Vegas, gambling. So back then, my grandfather was heavily into, I guess you can say, chilling with the mobster because he did all their hair. He did all the finger waves. Everybody on the west side had his hairstyle. So being the nicest barber on the west side at that time, he was invited to a lot of parties around a lot of celebrities. So taking with that, he met Sonny Liston. Him and Sonny Liston became best friends, and I don't know. Word got around that they did some business with the mafia, and I guess Sonny had owed mafia some money or whatever, so to speak. Hypothetically, I'm not gonna say hypothetically, but I will say that he got his character deteriorated because he hung out with the gangsters and he hung out with people like that. So I guess one thing led to another. He was in the limelight with these particular people, and some money was owed. One thing I know that his best friend ended up dying, and they tried to put it on my grandfather. So I guess I got ties to Memphis that way. I was destined to be here. I guess the stars and the planets lined up.
And when you first got here, you jumped on that gambling and not even knowing that it was pulling you in. Now gambling is very cruel because once you get to a certain point, let's say you go in there with 100 racks, and then you down to 60 racks. Now you chasing, trying to get back to. You saying to yourself, just let me get even, and then you may be $10 away from being even, but your mindset is saying, I could get it, I could get it. And as you're trying to get it, your money dwindling and down, down, down. Now you down to 20,000 when you was just almost at 100,000. Now you down to 10,000. Now you just starting to play stupid. And now you down to $1,000. And then, of course, once you lose all your money, they're going to kick you out. But when you're winning, they're going to feed you. They're going to make sure you get a room. They're going to make sure they keep you there so that they can get that rest of that money from you. And it's sad that I've seen some people come here, go to the ATM, call family members, borrow money, and wind up still not leaving because they think they can win the next pull that slot machine. They think when they pull that next slot, the money coming. And boy, I tell you, I remember I used to work in the casinos, and I would see people come in there and gamble all the time. And of course, I gamble myself. But one of the things that I did, this just a little small game. One of the things that I did when I went to go gamble, when I was playing, I would just go in there and I would walk around the blackjack tables, and I would see maybe 2 or 3 minutes of each table. And whichever table where, let's say if it's 4 or 5 people there and that table's winning, that's the table I want to be on. If there's one person at a table and there's nobody there and he's gambling with a bunch of money, I ain't going to bother that dude. And if it's a dude sitting there gambling and he's by himself and he's losing, that table ain't winning. You want to go to the table where everybody's making some money. And it's only going to last for a short period of time. So get yours, get it in, and get it out. So that's what I used to do. I used to just take like $500 and I would drop it on the table. But after I, walked around and found the one that I wanted, I would just drop the $500 on the table. Win, lose, or draw. If I win, I walk away. If I lose, I walk away. And that's just how it was. And I won maybe 80% of the time. Now, maybe more than that, because I can't even remember losing, but maybe one time that I lost doing that. And I remember the way the Sahara used to be. You could pull up right off of Sahara on the side. It was like a little place where you could pull in. And I think they used to take the linen out through that area, but they closed all that off. But I used to pull right up there, hop out, run in there, case the tables, boom, drop that 500, win, cash it out, boom, and I'm out. We had a lot of.
I do.
Go ahead.
No, I was going. No, didn't mean to interrupt you or nothing. But I got a little confession to make.
Let me hear.
You ever been to the Poker Palace?
Absolutely.
Or they got this little parlay ticket. You hit, I think it's 12 teams.
Absolutely.
But 5,000. Every 5,000. Every dollar you put down on this 12 teamer, you'll win $5,000. So it has always been my dream to put $10 on this 12 teamer to hit every year. I always lose by either one team or a couple points. Last year I came close. So
check it out. How many people did the same thing you did?
Man, so many people, but it was one guy had hit. He was a homeless guy. He hit a 20-teamer. It was a 20-teamer for like $1 million. It was at the Boulder Station. I'll never forget it. When the dude hit, he's like, man, he was crying, came out. I said, man, what you gonna do with the money? He said, man, you don't know how long I've been homeless, man. I just won this money, man. I'm gonna go buy me a house. I'm gonna go invest and live off the interest. I said, that's the best thing you could have said, because most people, they're gonna be right back here tomorrow putting in the same bet, spending that $1 million.
Hey, and then this time they bet gonna be stupid, outrageous, the amount that they're gonna put on whatever they're gonna bet on. That's even with the sports betting, with gambling. Gambling is gambling. You go to the sports book, and when you go there after the game, one of the things that you hear, man, I missed it by half a point. I missed it by half a point. And you hear that so much. And then they say, well, how do the bookies know? I mean, how is this? They're going to put the spread out there. They're going to put the point spread.
For a long time, not to cut you off again, not for a long time, I thought that somebody was making a call. I thought, man, like, okay, it's up. Everybody, we got $1 million on this last shot. Tell them don't miss the shot. I think if somebody is
everybody think that in Vegas. Everybody thinks that in Vegas. Let's just take a look a little bit at what we talking about. Where the city at? This city we talking about. That city right there, Las Vegas. This city ain't no joke. This city is, look at it. They here waiting for you. They waiting. Because once you get here.
Well, this is a city of you can basically make it your own. It's paradise.
It's paradise. But guess what? They know when they get you here, they got you. They know when they get you, they got you. And all they want is your greenbacks. And they know you can't win. They know if 400,000 people get off the plane tomorrow, at 400,000, 300,000 of them gonna give up their money to the casino. Y'all got to be careful out there. Y'all got to be thinking. It's like all the money that the house got. They'll never run out of the money. You got some cats that go in there that play and think they're gonna beat the house. Hustlers all over. Even like shooting dice in the neighborhood. That can get dangerous. What you know about that, man?
I mean, you know, it's dangerous everywhere you go. You know, I'm from Memphis. I came from the projects. I was around drug dealing. I was around robbers, and I was around hoes and pimps all my life. So it's nothing to me. And I hate to see people talk about it's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's dangerous everywhere. I live in the suburbs. I'm up here in by the mountains up in Las Vegas, and I see these little white kids breaking in homes and doing willies, running from the police. So it's everywhere. Everybody is trying to mimic us urban people. You know what I'm saying? They want to make it seem like it's just black people. It's just black people. No, it's everybody. Everybody has a way of life that they see on TV, and this media isn't making any better by putting out
Yeah,
negativity. You know,
absolutely.
I don't know if you've seen Ray J and Cam Newton interview on YouTube, but Ray J was basically saying that, you know, these people with $1 billion industries are often our people because they trying to hide stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you got a millionaire talking about $1 trillion company, what you think that $1 trillion company gonna try to do? Silence him up, make him be quiet. So I mean, it's everything. You know, it's everything about this Las Vegas lifestyle. If you from here, you know you don't gamble on the strip. You know, you go to this 7-Eleven or that mom and pop Smith store, and that's where you're gonna hear that. You know, I see all the time at Circle K around the corner, they cashing out. You know what I'm saying? But I don't go
Dotties.
to the slot machines.
You know,
Yeah, Dotties.
when I play the slot machines, it's not in the casino. It's at the 7-Eleven. It's at the Circle
Yeah,
K.
yeah,
It's at the Chevron.
yeah.
Man, I have won. I mean, I've won ridiculous because it's not that many people coming in there.
Right.
Like I was telling you, that thing
Yeah.
is laced to hit when it get to a certain number. Think about the ones in the
Mhm.
casino. The number probably so far distant away from the next win. It's probably crazy.
Right.
But I've
Yeah.
won. I don't hit royal flushes 3 times in one night in 3 different places.
What?
Yeah, I didn't hit a
What?
royal flush. Me and Wally was together. We started out at Larry's Villa. I hit a royal flush there. We go to the Town Tavern. I hit a royal flush there. We go to a Chevron out on Green Valley Parkway, and I hit a royal flush there. We went to.
And to your fans and your watchers watching, we're not just promoting gambling because we locals. We when we're out and about and we're hanging out, you know, we're not, you know, we just, you know, hanging out and just doing what we're doing. We're not promoting
Yeah, we're
gambling
not
advice
promoting
because it's
gambling.
not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you get caught up in a
It's just,
trap. You caught in a twist. It's the system, and you're not gonna beat the
yeah,
system. So, but I'm
yeah,
just
you're not.
sharing some stories. So that same night, we went to Sierra Vista and Cambridge. It's a 7-Eleven right over there, and I hit 4 aces with the kicker back to back. It was crazy, and of course, I won all that
Mhm.
money because they knew once I won it, I was gonna give it all back. You know what I'm saying? By 8 o'clock in
Did
the
you?
morning, I had gave it all
Did you
back.
give it back?
I gave it all back. Every last
Mm.
dime. I gave it all
Wow.
back. I remember one night I had won like maybe $12,000. I had I was at the Chevron off of like Sunset and Las Vegas Boulevard. You know where that's at, right? You know, right by that taco, the Jack in the Box. You know, if you're on Las Vegas Boulevard and you're going towards Sunset, and it's like to the right, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
So right there, yeah, it's kind of close to your house. Well, not close, but out that way. So I stopped in there one morning. I was on my way home from work. I had just got my paycheck. Boom. I hit 2 royal flushes back to back. I had already won like $700-800. So it totaled up to like a short 13, 12 something. And I'll never forget. I was driving on my way home and I was happy. And this little thing on my shoulder said, "Hey, go over there and play." and I stopped at the Smiths. I stopped at Smiths, and I went in there and gave Smiths everything but $800, and that was the rent. I held on to the rent, but I gave everything back. So it's not designed to really win. You know, when you win, you keep playing and you keep playing, you keep playing, and you always think you got the method to win.
Let me win 800, 700. I'm gone. I'm at the house. I'm putting that in my bank account. I'd rather let my money sit in the stock and go up and down.
Well, when you
So,
doing, you know, you are playing in the streets, you know, you hustling and you chasing, you constantly chasing,
yeah,
you chasing and you chasing.
yeah.
Now here's another situation in the gambling thing. You know, a lot of people here in Vegas know me. They know what I do. If y'all don't know me from other cities and things, I am the Vague Michael Elliott, raised in Northtown, born on the West Side. But just check this out. I gamble in the streets. I shoot. You know, I don't really shoot dice. I'll play cards and I play chess. But there's people that shoot dice. But let me share a story. I played this guy.
And I put my money up on him on chess. Y'all can't mess with him on chess.
That's right. I won like another 13,000 one night from this dude named Black. He was out of LA, but he had came from Alaska. So we played one night. We started out playing $20 a game. The last game was like $4,000 a game. So anyways, I beat him out of his money. Of course, he didn't have all the money to pay me, but my partner was telling me he did, and he was telling me to get the money. So the guy was like, man, I'll pay you. So for years, he was still paying me off. But I had started with nothing, but I wound up winning, and the most I got that night from him, it was like $9,000, and he was still owing me. So he still paid 100 here, 200 here, and things like that. But this was off of chess. I couldn't take that and put it back. But when I'm gambling at the slot machine, that's a whole nother story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
Right.
something different.
Yeah, when I'm gambling, I'm usually like a $30. I take $30 and do my $2 bets, but I do like 18. Once I build that 400 up, I ain't betting no more. I'm doing my $2
You're a
bets just like
smart
I've been doing.
man.
You know, like I showed you last week, I had won 5 days in a row, and that was like $1 bet, $2 bet. Even now, I only had like $100 in there last week, so now I'm down like $40. Something
See, like my
that.
brother?
And then I already, yeah.
My brother put tickets in. He put them in all week long. And he gonna hit some. But what about all the ones he lost? That's why you could never win. Because you lost all week. Last week, then you finally hit. You just pretty much got some of the money back that you gave him.
Breaking even. You just breaking even.
No, you're not even breaking even. You just getting some of the money of almost trying to get even. And then you keep gambling, never stop. I got an uncle.
You know what?
He gambles.
You show right, Mike.
Yeah.
If I could think about all the money that I done spent trying to hit some,
yeah,
and think about all the money I won.
How many tickets you putting in at one time?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I've been blessed not to just go stupid, even though I went crazy with it, but just not to go stupid. When I say go stupid, you know, that's the people that they just give up everything. They got their luggages out there. They traveling around. They ain't go back to Alabama where they from or Nebraska. They stayed here in Vegas, and they figured out a way to make $2 or $3. And if you a nice looking girl, you turn into prostitution. You know,
Right.
if you a hustler, you start trying to sell some dope, and you wind up getting addicted to a lifestyle of gambling, and that take you a long way. People think it's not. So I wrote this book, and my book is called Behind the Lights of Las Vegas, and it's on Amazon Kindle. Behind the Lights of Las Vegas, and I got that on how to win. And the way to win, you have to get the book and check it out.
Right.
Absolutely. We're giving y'all some jewels and some game right now on what we've done when we played And still, we didn't win, even though we walked away with a few dollars. Shit, what about last year? What about year before last? What about that? You was about to win $500,000, but it was a half a point.
Oh man, I done had a couple of them. Remember that
Yeah.
time when Odell Beckham caught that one
One
hand and
that
that one
the three
handed
finger
catch?
catch, 3 finger catch.
Man, I was waiting on that game. I had put $20 on a 12 teamer at the Joker, and I think the payout was like 17,000 some change.
Hmm. So yeah, I think Dion froze a little bit. Probably bad area. But gambling, stay true to yourself. Don't fall into that gambling. Don't fall into it. That gambling could be ridiculous and it could get heavy. And every time that you go into your pocketbook or your bank account, just call chasing. Like Dion said, he took $30, win, lose, or draws. That's it. That's how you got to play it. You can't just go in there and think it's almost about the win. Because thinking, you're not getting paid to think. You're not getting paid to think. You know. You back with us, Dion. It had froze up on you.
Yeah, I caught that.
Yeah. So yeah, we gonna end the show, man. And glad to have y'all with us. Make sure y'all click subscribe, hit like, share, leave in the comments if y'all know a little bit about this gambling. And we're gonna come back to y'all on this gambling because we ain't just give it up like we wanted to. We just kind of gave y'all a little bit of something. You know what I mean? Your last remarks that you want to give them, D?
Yeah, I definitely want to send a shout out to the Bay for you being a real brother out here, man, really representing Vegas to the fullest and really, shedding light on a lot of things that a lot of Vegas people don't think about. But, you bring it to the light. I also want to extend the invitation for all Vegas Raiders to come out, all you fans, all you locals to come out and celebrate with me on August the 30th. I got a video shoot that I'm shooting. I want to represent Vegas. I really want who are from Vegas to really come out. Whether you're a Raiders fan or not, you just love Vegas. You just love everybody here and just got a kindred spirit. I want you to come out and meet the real people of Vegas, the real Vegas. I got a chant that we want to send out to the Raiders for the defensive side as well as the offensive side. I'm really going to focus this year on, basically my videos and videography. Me and Michael Elliott is putting out a movie. I want y'all to support that as well, like, share, and comment. Vague Show is going to be coming with many more podcasts, so y'all stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We're going to get right back with y'all. Check it out. You know what I mean? We love y'all. Show.
Love y'all.
Pissing
Peace.
prostitutes like birds and the bees here. Creeping down owns, you might see a couple fiends near. It ain't always what it seems here. But you could wake up in a dream here, or you could wake up in your dreams dead. Las Vegas Boulevard, I turn a broke man to rich. I slide down Las Vegas Boulevard too. It's that I slide down Las Vegas